Last but not least, we're going to disclose this last script that, as you can see, is called coefficient of friction modification script. This script, as it is written, will help you modify the coefficient of friction on Abaqus. But its main purpose here in the course is more for you to learn how to modify parameters of the simulation. So here, for example, I have this importation, the ASF, mostly because what this code does is for all these values of coefficient of friction, it is going to calculate the maximum damage, the maximum value of the Fatemi SOSI, and it will print it on the command prompt. It will print it right here for every simulation that you're doing. But we're going to disclose it. Most importantly, this part here, how to change the coefficient of friction. The way to do it is just by playing the game of Abaqus. What I can do here is just come here to interaction, or well, any place that you want. And what you can do is just come here to model, edit keyword, for example here for fretting, and the keywords will appear. Here it is. Friction Lagrange 0.65. I'm going to teach you something about this script prior to do this. What this does is just think all the values of the nodes and elements in order to change it to change them on the model. And then this other script part is the one to replace. As you can see here, it is a keyword block replace. The first argument of it is the line that you're going to replace. And the second argument is going to be the value, the new value that you're going to replace. For example, in here, I'm going to replace the 70-second line with friction Lagrange \n and the coefficient of friction as a string and then a comma. How do I know that it is on the 70-second line? Well, that's why I opened the keyword on the Python code. In this case, since I am inside a for, I need to do it like this. I like to do it like this. Or sometimes, well, for example, for me, sometimes this \n doesn't work. Sometimes it doesn't work, sometimes it does. So what this does here is that for every value of coefficient of friction, I am going to replace the 67th line with this value here. But what I had before, for example, here, 67 again, is, well, the value, friction Lagrange, and then I add the coefficient of friction, look, the new value of coefficient of friction, which is going to vary between all these values as a string. Note that this is going to be a string. I could have done it like this. I could have done it like this other way. It doesn't really matter. The second one is going to be about doing simulations automatically. And it is just these two lines. Be careful. The only way that these two lines work are if here you have created a job with the name. For example, I'm going to create a job. For example, I don't know, for threading. Yeah, I don't, job 2. I don't care about this. And I have here job 2. I have created it. So if I want to, for example, submit it automatically, here I will have to change the name for job 2 and also this one. These two lines of code, what do is just literally what says in here. From the model, it will take the job called threading and submit it for simulation. and then it will take that job and wait for completion. Here I just create a new element of the damage, which the damage is going to be the value of the Fatemistocid value. The angle is the angle of that, well, the maximum value for that value of coefficient of friction, and then I just print them. What do I print? The coefficient of friction, the value of the Fatemistocid parameter, and the angle of crack initiation for that coefficient of friction. That's all about this script. And that is workshop number 2.